Wilson has the highest upside in this draft for long-term quarterback play. We have to praise Saleh gave Kyle the info on the Jets pick. Wilson is the only quarterback worth 3 firsts, in my opinion, other than Trevor. Okay, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, you could be right, but we just said that statistically speaking, three of these five are going to bust. Is it him? I don't know.
Even Zach Wilson comes with question marks. Yes, Zach Wilson, I like him a lot. I do think that he sees the field better than Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ironic name for Justin Fields, really. I think Zach Wilson reads it better than Justin does. I think his release is quicker. But dude, one good year. Go back and do it again. Go back and prove that it wasn't just a pandemic year.
I personally have Wilson at number 5 of my quarterbacks, and I have Fields at 4. So I actually like Fields a little bit better.
Fair enough.
Here's what I will say about Wilson. Nobody puts together a better highlight tape than Wilson does. So if you're just strictly watching highlights, of course you're going to love Wilson. And on my show, I likened him to a pro dunker. We've all seen these guys. There's a guy named Jordan Kilgannon who's a 6'1" white dude.
Or like an and one mixtape dude.
He's exactly.
Professor. Professor?
I love it. Hey, professor's from Temecula, Oregon.
Hey.
Yes. So listen to this. So if you look at those guys, they have all of the high skill ability. They're going to give you the pizzazz, the flash, all that. But when it comes, and the reason I say a professional dunker is those guys can hardly dribble a basketball. They can't do the fundamentals.
See what you're saying? He's like a long drive competition guy. He's Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
He's Happy Gilmore.
And it showed up in his pro day, by the way. Yes. He had that spin out to the left where he threw it back to the right, and everybody was going wild. Mm-hmm. What nobody talks about is it was either the next play or the play after. He had a 5-yard out pattern that he missed by 2 yards. But nobody talks about that. Where's that highlight on Twitter? I'm curious.
He's the Happy Gilmore of quarterbacks. I like that. He is. Lance is going to be the pick. Inexperience is apparently his weakness, but in my opinion, the fact that he did what he did in 2019 is at 18 is a strength. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to like about him. Apparently, I mean, he had to go to North Dakota State because no one took him seriously as a quarterback. Mm-hmm. He bet on himself. It's not his fault that 2020 was canceled. Still, name one quarterback that lacked his experience that worked out. It's unfortunate what he had to go through and what happened to him. But where he's going to get drafted, the expectations that he's going to have, when he's going to have to play, I think it's all bad. It's too bad. Because had he gone to another place and been seasoned a little bit better, he's got it all. I mean, he's got it all. It's just a lot of quarterbacks who've had it all have failed. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not rooting against him. He seems like a good guy. And if the Niners pick him, I could see why, because he does come from the pro style offense, and Kyle and Mike value that. It's all about stacking as many elite traits. Fields, accuracy, speed, tough. Haskins, elite traits. Cannon, arm. It's all about stacking elite traits now. Apparently, experience doesn't matter. Doing it more. So that's the thing I feel like people are getting way too looking at. Look at this one play where he rolls left and throws deep. Those are all the traits I need to see. One play. Like, that's not how you scout quarterbacks. I don't.
Right. And
Josh Allen has fooled people.
Yeah. I want to be very fair about this because 99% of people watching have no access to the All-22 film.
Yes.
It's extremely hard to get. It is so hard to get.
Yes.
And you have to know the right people to get it. Thank you, Grant, for hooking me up, by the way.
Got you.
So you have to know the right people to get it.
For it.
And once you see it, you start to really figure out who these quarterbacks are.
Right.
Highlights not going to do it. There's even films there's videos you can watch on YouTube where it shows every throw that they made this year in college. I'm telling you, you can watch that all day long. You're not going to see the guys running wide open every play that they've missed. You don't see it. You just don't see it. So you're going off of a bunch of highlight films and maybe the game or two that you happen to watch in the national championship. And I'm not saying that I'm better off because I've seen all 22. I don't know who's going to be the guy, but you don't either. So stop being so matter of fact.
Also, when you watch the coaches film, you see you see what the coaches are seeing. You're taking in the raw data that you need. And when you watch a highlight film, you can see how a quarterback moves. You see how he throws, and if the ball ends up at the target, you can't see his field vision. Did he miss an open receiver down the field? You don't know.
Right.
And you can't see his anticipation. When he started to throw the ball, where was the wide receiver? Was he waiting for it? Had he made his break yet? That's why I feel like I prefer Mac Jones to Tua, because you can watch them in the same season in 2019. what Tua looks like, what Jones looked like. Tua was a wait to see it thrower.
Yep.
Jones isn't. That's why I prefer him. But other than that, they got a lot in common. A lot in common. That's the main difference. But that's the kind of things you can see when you watch Justin Fields. On this tape, you're like, man, everyone's open every play. Ohio State is amazing because it's a run first place. They do that little up-tempo RPO stuff. The defense isn't even set. They react to the run. And then 5-star wide receivers open, 5-star wide receivers open, 5-star tight ends open. And you just pick, dude. And a lot of times he's like, man, I don't even know which one I want to throw to.
Right.
He looks open, but maybe I want to go to him, or maybe I just want to run instead. And you start to feel like, man, this is the kind of quarterback who could really frustrate a stickler like Kyle. You know, maybe a defensive coach like Saleh would like it. Hey, dude, do your thing. But
they even said it during his pro day. They said the excuse for him holding onto the ball for so long is that he has so much trust in his wide receivers. Well, that right there tells you that he knew he had supreme athletes. And if he could hold the ball long enough, they would get open and he could make an unbelievable play.
Granted, Justin Fields got up and finished the game, unlike Jimmy, but do we have any concerns when he has injured both his knee and a broken rib? Yes. I'd like to see a guy who can keep himself uninjured in playing football as a quarterback. I mean, Colin Kaepernick could do that. Russell Wilson can do that. Kyler Murray can do that, especially a guy who runs.
Yeah. I just said what they said at his pro day. He's willing to take unnecessary hits.
Yes.
Sometimes. And I love the toughness, but it's not necessarily a good thing for having a long career.
Now that you put it that way, it makes me feel like the Niners are going to take him because you know how Kyle feels about his tough quarterbacks.
He does.
Okay, I'm trying to get through these so we can get back to our show, but I appreciate all your generosity. Pat, best QB in NFL, never won in college, also can't coach. Toughness, Fields. Yeah, good point about that toughness. That's legit. They traded up because they knew someone. Patriots want Fields. They will trade back, get their picks plus more, and draft Mon in the late first. Dude, that would be next level if they traded up and then traded back, though. Wow.
Yeah, listen, and if it's with the Pats, and you played chess on the Pats, like more power to you.
Number 3 pick for Joe Burrow. Also, I don't think Kyle and John can sell Mac Jones. The NFL is evolving. We need someone who can create plays. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, do Niner fans trust Kyle Shanahan enough that they can sell Mac Jones? Can Kyle Shanahan come out and be like, guys, I don't know, man. You like CJ.